We talked about this many times before, and I'm blue in the face saying it, and that's to do with the hospitality sector, the tourist sector. And obviously, Ireland used to be a country many people used to come to, and used to love coming here, especially Americans, other people from Europe too, even other further abroad. They used to love Ireland, the beautiful landscape, the Irish people too. I've heard it too many times from tourists that Irish people are the most nicest people, most genuine people, most fun people you could meet. And a lot of Irish people from across the world want to come here because it's such great atmosphere in Irish pubs, and Irish people are such good-hearted people and have a good bit of crack, good bit of fun and stuff, and you're great people. Take for example, the first thing when you come to Ireland, you always have to, oh, where you from? Oh, sure, you're from that place or that place. Oh, I know somebody who went off there. The usual thing in Ireland, and the big story, etc., etc. The people who used to live in Ireland and left to go to abroad, Irish people. But unfortunately, that days are gone. Unfortunately, we decided to throw it away the industry to do the dogs, throw it into the sea, because we wanted to house asylum seekers, and because hoteliers were too fucking greedy. Excuse my language, but we have to say this because the country was too greedy. They seen all these asylum seekers coming in, the government's big checks, and they decided to throw the industry into the sea. Along with the government to blame for it, first of all, because they should have never let asylum seekers be housed in the hotels for the first place. They should have never let as many people in as they did in the first place. Because imagine out of the whole European Union, think about this, the whole Europe, Ireland, as you can see here, everything else apart from Liechtenstein, but Liechtenstein's only a small place, but compared to every other country in the European Union, it's not going well for Ireland, surprise, surprise. But that's because we have, as I say, we're literally housing asylum seekers instead of tourists, and obviously the asylum seekers are not paying their way. Irish taxpayers are paying for it. But not even that. Because half of the beds in this country are used for asylum seekers, that means the rest of them, what does that mean when there's a lack of beds and there's competition? That means the prices go way up, and it costs a fortune to rent the room for a night in Ireland. It costs a small fortune. In some places in Dublin, it's absolutely fucking crazy. You might as well be insane. For a 3-star hotel I seen, it was €800 a night. €800 a night for 3-star. This is not top of the range hotel in the back end of the street of Dublin. They're charging €800 a night. Fair to say, not many people are going there. Because why would a tourist spend €800 a night just for one night to stay in a shitty kind of looking hotel, to be told? It wasn't that great looking of a hotel. But yeah, you'll be absolutely mad. And not even that, the cost of anything in this country is insane. And you wouldn't blame them. Then obviously the big factor too in this country is safety. You cannot walk the streets of any major city in this country without being stabbed or being mugged, etc., etc. So the country's basically become a gangland fucking shithole, etc. It's become the third world pretty much in this country. We decided to throw out our values, our tradition, etc., etc., just in exchange for filings and in exchange for fucking anything goes, pretty much. That's pretty much what we exchanged that for. And again, so many people, even when I was in Finland, I had met people that went to Ireland, Americans mainly, and my grandfather was from Ireland, etc., and all that kind of gossip. But yeah, it's a sad state of affairs because we did have a great country. We did have a great country in general. And the same with tourism. And this is not going to get any better. This is only for the first 5 months of the year. It's not going to get any better for the next few months, may I say. It's going to get worse. Because when you see this, there's something very wrong, and there's many issues. But we're basically, the only how this happened is because of greed. And that's as simple as that. There's no other explanation. It's all greed. The government's greed and the hoteliers' greed. And that's what it was. Overhousing asylum seekers instead of looking after tourists. And making Ireland a great place for people to come. And it's all to do with greed, and because they don't give a shit, as simple as that, and the money keeps coming for the hoteliers, not for the tourists and stuff. And pretty much Ireland's become third world because of that. But they suffered what they sowed, to be totally honest, because it's their own fault, the government and the hoteliers. It's their own fault this is happening. Because everybody told them this was going to happen and nobody wanted to listen. Take for example, even safety. There's no movement at all in trying to solve anything, trying to deport people that are causing trouble. They're just sitting on their hands, the government, and hoping it goes away. And that's a great way of not getting anything done. But it's a mess. It's a mess. And it's not going to get any better. So next year is probably going to be 10 times worse. We could be looking in the next few months at this figure, and it could be 12%. Could be 12% next year, at this time next year. Could be 12%, 13%, going on 15% downturn in tourists coming here. And it's not a great look for Ireland. Because people are like, what the fuck's happening in this country? Because we all know there's many other explanations, but mainly it's to do with immigration, and it's to do with the cost and it's to do with safety. That's a big thing, because why would you come to a country when you get fucking killed in the country that you're coming to spend thousands of euro? Why would you do that? But anyway, let me know what you think. Subscribe for more, and bye.